Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Lee. This is JLeesCorner, honey, and these two ladies, okay? Quad and Kenya was up here beefing on Watch What Happens Live, okay? But first things first, if you have not done so already, please come over to subscribe to my channel. Come on, JayBird, dun 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 dun. I got my and all that goodness. Got my Harry Potter onesie on or whatever. Honey, you already know, like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on IG at J_Lees_Corners on the screen as well. So, Watch What Happens Live had Kenya Moore and Quad on here, okay? Y'all know Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine. And, honey, they was like, it was cool at first, okay? It was cool at first. It was smooth sailing, okay? And then they played the preview for next week's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, where we see their mark. It was a dinner, okay? It was Kenya. It was a Kenya, Candy. Who was it? I think maybe Cynthia and them. And the husbands and the boyfriends were there, whatever. And for some reason, Kenya's husband, Mark Daly, okay, was kind of making it seem as if Nene wasn't like a bad person. Oh, I think she's nice or whatever. And he just wasn't on his wife's side of things. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, so that was a preview that we're going to see from the episode next week. And when the preview went off, Quad was like, so Kenya, how do you feel about your husband not having your back? Like, how does that make you feel for him not to be supporting you? And Kenya was like, well, let's let Andy ask the questions, okay? And I was like, ooh, shady. But at the same time, Andy is the host, so I didn't see it as a big deal or whatever. But people was like, okay, it was shade as it kept going. And Andy, like, I was gonna ask, kind of the same thing or whatever. And because Quad, was on Sister Circle, I guess Quad just put her hosting hat on, okay? And Quad said, well, can you say, that I'm not a host here, okay? Let Andy do his job, and I stay in my own lane as a guest. And she's like, no, I just think, Andy should be the one, asking the questions or whatever. And there was a little bit of a chit chat from there. And then she said, yeah, because when Quad brought up Circle, Kenya said, I love Sister Circle. It's a cute little show. I said, oh, bitch. Now, when she says a cute little show, I said, that was a shade that she tossed all up in Quad's face. Now, I was seeing all on social media, oh my God, Kenya's so messy. That's why Kenya's husband don't like her. She got all this mouth for everybody else, but she can't, do that to Mark. Look, people have to realize the way that you check your friends, you may not check your husband that same way. To do what? Avoid conflict. But sometimes with a friend or a foe or a friend of me, it's shady boots. And let's not forget, this is their job. This is their job. I like Kenya. And it's not that I don't like Quad, but I feel like Quad is shady too. So why act like because Kenya was the first one that was shady? Oh my God, she's just a mean, evil person. No. To me, they both even. The difference is Kenya is just happened to be still married to that man who we don't think treats her right or whatever. And Quad has divorced that man who she didn't want to stay with ever anyway. Okay? And so it was just a moment. Okay? It was a moment. And you could see that Quad could feel the shadiness of it all. But we left it alone. Okay? We left it alone. Now, throughout the episode, somebody asked Quad, how was she so calm, cool, and collected around Lake and Mariah? Okay, and Quad said, you know what? Because they accused me of some things. Okay, now if I had accused them of something, if someone was sitting next to me who I said banged my husband, it's on site. Okay, and she also let some tea spill, and she said, first of all, Lark left her husband when he was sent to jail for, I think it was like wire fraud or some kind of fraud. Okay. She left him in jail. She divorced him. She not even with him anymore or whatever. She's like, and even after she divorced that man, her and Mariah both were in my wedding to Greg. Okay, so how can they make it seem as if, oh, I'm this horrible person who banged her husband, but they were both in my wedding? I said, well, that's true. That's true, girl. But that's why I think the whole thing with Quad and Mariah is they both throw shade at each other. Okay, they both say things about each other that is possibly not true, but we don't care too much. I say, but let's see what happens at this whole reunion. Now, see, the episode went on. The ladies laughed about this and laughed about that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much beef or whatnot. Even when they asked Quad about if her and Heavenly was so cool or whatever, since Heavenly said that Quad possibly banged Common, and Quad said Heavenly she's a class clown. Okay, she likes to be the make jokes or whatever. She's a class clown. Now she kept calling Heavenly a class clown. I kind of felt it was shady, a little bit, whatever. And I think Kenya did too, because like, oh well, she's a nice person. Oh yeah, she's not, but she's a class clown. I said, here we go. But they laughed at that. Even Kenya, see what I'm saying? That's a rumor that you was messing with Common. That's a good rumor, okay? That's a good man to be compared to. I say girl show is. So again, throughout the episode, it wasn't tension. It was just that one thing of I'm not gonna answer no question from you. I'm gonna answer from Andy, okay? And it was a real slippery slope. And the whole thing, it's a cute little show. Cute little show. I said, ooh. Then we had someone call in. No, people kept, I think, questioning or whatever on social media. And Messy Andy then said, so people are asking, like, why, the shade of it all, you know what I'm saying, to Quad or whatever. And Ken said, well, it's just, history. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we have a history? What history is that? You could see then that Quad knew it was something between them a little bit or whatever. So, Ken then said, okay, before you had said some things, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't like. Okay. Quad then said, well, I recall you know what I'm saying, talking about my husband or liking my husband or not liking, saying nice things about my ex-husband, okay? And King was like, well, I think he's nice. I've met him before. I also met you. I was nice to you both, but he's a good man as far as I know. I don't know how he treated you. I don't know that. I can't speak to how he treats you. That's a whole separate subject. But I do think he's a nice person. And I said on my end, I can agree with Kenya to where I can't speak to what kind of husband he was to you. But when I met him, he was nice. And yes, why would I say mean things about your husband? I'm not in that marriage. And Quad was like, and I can't speak about how your husband treats you. I said, ooh, y'all, it's just messy. She said, but, speak on what, I'm saying, what you got to issue with me for, whatever. Kenya did not want to really get into it. Kenya, like, not right now. We're going to have to have this is a live show, whatever. But you said some things that I didn't appreciate. You know what I'm saying? She was on a show with Sheree. So the producers went ahead and kind of found the footage. They didn't play it for us, but they found it and said what it was. But Quad did not want to let it go. Quad, like, no, tell me exactly verbatim what did I say? Because you've been holding on to an order. No, you've been holding on. I'm looking like, what is going on? It was it was tense. It was tense. It was tense. Okay, more because Quad was like, you're saying that I said something about you. What did I say? And key thing was, you said some things I didn't like a while ago. So there's a bit of shade from you towards me. So you asking me about my husband in a shady way. I didn't like that. Okay, was what she basically meant to say, but she didn't say it out of her mouth. But I was like, what I'm saying? Let's say it. It's a lie. I like doing a lie that they wanted. What did I say? And I was like, girl, what is going on? So the producers then said what it was. Sheree and Quad were on Watch What Happens Live. And on the show, Sheree was saying something about Kenya's mom not wanting her or not answering the door for her. This how Kenya's mom don't want her. And supposedly, allegedly, Quad was laughing about it. And so Kenya did not like the fact that Quad was laughing about the situation. And, I mean, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that means that me and you have a direct issue, but you did, so then I remember it. And because of that, I just don't want you asking me questions. But we can be cordial. We can be cordial here, okay? But Quad, honey, she wasn't having it. Okay, she was giving it to Kenya. She really was, and I won't say Kenya back down. I think Kenya didn't want to make this an issue. I think Kenya didn't want to rehash whatever it was. I think Kenya wanted to leave it alone. But I do think these two are a match for each other, and I think had this maybe been another topic besides Quad supposedly allegedly laughing about Kenya's mom, not wanting her when she was back there hanging out with Sheree or whatever. I think Kenya may have, discussed it a bit more. I think she didn't want to because of the subject of what it was. And girl, it was messy. But the people put out receipts as well, because I found a clip on YouTube of when Phaedra was on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy was asking Phaedra. It was Phaedra and Quad, and he was asking Phaedra about Kenya, whatever, and she was saying, girl, we got time for that or whatever, and she kind of was being shady towards Kenya, and Quad was kind of agreeing with her as well, and placating to, basically Kenya ain't nobody, whatever. So my thing is, again, people have to realize that sometimes you say things about people and they remember it. And when they're around you, we can be cordial, but I don't need you questioning me about my life. Let Andy question me because it's his show. I didn't come on your show. I came on this show, okay? And it was just a messy boots moment. It was a messy boots moment, mainly because Andy asking the question, like, why were you shading Quad? I think Andy messy as hell. It is what it is, whatever. It was a great moment, though. It was a really great moment. But then we had the after show. And the after show was about 9 or 10 minutes or whatever. And on the after show, when Andy brought up the reason that Kenya was mad was because of, Quad laughing with Sheree about things and whatnot. Quad, let me see the video. Roll the footage. They're like, we don't have the footage. We just they found it, and they're saying that's what happened with you and Sheree that Kenya mentioned. And so you can tell Quad kind of didn't want to. I don't think she heard them saying it wasn't that, because Quad tried to make it seem like, oh no, well, maybe she's mad because I didn't have the right to speak on her mom. And I'm like, Quad, you're not listening, boo boo. They're saying that Sheree was speaking on Kenya's mom, and you were laughing about it. And you laughing about it is what Kenya didn't like. Well, if I said something that I can't, because I can't control how you feel, okay? I can't do that. But if I offended you, I can say I'm sorry, okay? I received that you didn't like it, and I can say I'm sorry. Y'all know I quite apologize for faking fugazi or whatever. But it was a moment. It was a moment. And girl, just messy boots. Messy boots. But they ended on a great note. Okay. I don't think it was any ill feelings. I don't see these two hanging out right now together. I do think they're gonna probably exchange shady moments and shady comments on Twitter for a while or whatever, until, they bury the hatchet and go out and have some mimosas. Okay. Or some cocktails. Okay, or as I love, some Long Islands. I'm just saying. Anyway, but yeah, the messiness of it all. And it's all Andy's fault. Wait, I had a picture of Andy too. Andy knew what he was doing. Look at Andy's face. At this moment, Andy was like, oh, it's about to be some shit. Okay, well, let me sit here and let it, because he kind of let it happen. Okay, I'm going to leave it here right here. He let it happen, okay? He let it happen between these two. And he kind of let them just kind of go back and forth with each other. And he was just like, and he knew this will be a moment, because she changes everything. Okay, and that was about it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to let y'all know about the shadiness on Watch What Happens Live. And you know what? That's where shady shit happen. Always on Andy, because Andy's a shady queen. We all know that. We know how shady he is, how shady he can be, and how he never withdraws when he see there may be an issue. Never. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure this show will get rewatched on demand on YouTube, because they want to see the battle between Quad and Kenya. And I feel like neither one of them lost. I feel like, it was an unknown issue. Now it's a known issue. And at the end of the day, Quad apologized for, whatever she did in front of Kenya. And Kenya was like, okay. And that was it. Anyway, that's it, y'all. Gotta go. Peace. I'm out.